So just to show you that this stuff works, I want to highlight and profile 5 people. These are 5 random human beings that I never met before London Real, so they're not related to me, but they're people that made a transformation, and I want you to see what they did with their own lives. I would love to take credit, but I can't take the credit for what they did. I gave them a structure. We gave them something to believe in with London Real, but they did it themselves, and they became the best version of themselves, and that's what I love about this. So I want to share this with you, and I want to talk about our first student here, which is Roger Frampton. And Roger, I met years ago. Roger is a personal trainer in London, and Roger built a business inside our accelerator, and he spent 8 weeks and he built a business from scratch. He was really a personal trainer that was selling his time for money, and he was like, Brian, I can't sustain this way. I need to scale my business. And I said, okay, it's going to take 8 weeks. We're going to hold you accountable, but I need you to go in and build this business. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to do things that normally you would quit on yourself. That's the key here. For a lot of the people here, Michael Hope and Ashley and Dami and Syed, a lot of this stuff right now, you're going to quit if it's just you. But if you get other people to hold you accountable, it's going to make it happen. And I'll be honest, Roger told me in week 5, he's like, Brian, he sent me a text message. He said, Brian, I hate you. He's like, you know, this is so hard. I don't want to do this. But he knew that it was going to help him get the business. And by the end of the course, he had actually made $25,000 in revenue. I'd never really seen an expression on his face like that. He was like, Brian, I just did this myself, but it was because you held me accountable and the whole team held me accountable. Again, there was a lot of other people from around the world as well that he had never met that made sure he did what he said he was going to do, because you don't always need accountability from someone you know. It could be from a stranger. When you go give a public speech, you don't know the audience, but you don't want to look like a goofball up there. That's like an inherent human feel. So you can be held accountable by people you've never met as long as the structure is there. And so Roger finished this. He no longer has to commute. He no longer has to go ahead and do that hourly personal trainer thing, which if you're in the business, it never works. And anyone who sells their time for money, it's not a scalable business. Whether you're a doctor or a lawyer or you work at Starbucks, there's only so many hours in a day, and there's only so much people are willing to pay you by the hour. You always cap out in revenue. But if you can learn how to take your ideas and put it into digital products and scale, which is what we do for Roger, you can really build it up. And so this is a short video about Roger and his journey through the Business Accelerator. I think you're going to see scenes of him doing this live webinar, which is at the end of the course. And again, we kind of hold people accountable to go live in front of strangers and teach them things and then sell their courses at the end. And this is where Roger really did his shining. This is where most of my students do. And here's the story about Roger.
I'm Roger Frampton. I'm a movement coach. From the outside, it seems like I'm quite successful, but in reality, I'm losing a lot of money. I had a dream, and I want to be able to run my business from anywhere in the world. I've been doing the same thing for 5, 6 years. The only thing I do different is just I keep upping my prices.
So you're trading your time for money.
Exactly.
And that can only get you so far. But you probably don't even realize how much value is in your head. Like, you're very good at what you do, but you can actually take the intellectual property in your head and put it into a product. You can literally make money while you sleep. The only thing keeping you from doing it is what? Fear, a little bit of worry. But if you could push through that, I guarantee you can make money.
I know what Brian's done. I know what he's done with London Real. I want to do that, so therefore I'm going to take the advice from someone who's done that.
This course is not about who puts in the more time. It's all about who goes into the fear.
All right, guys, let's talk about the standing position, which later we're going to be trying in restaurants.
The fact that I just started blogging and then these people, got involved and was like, oh, I just realized what you do. I was like, these people were out there the whole time. I really believe that my video series is going to completely change people's lives. I'm so glad I discovered human movement.
My job is to get you uncomfortable every single day of the course.
Getting someone to pay $2K, I just don't know how to ask for it.
If I can do that, by the end of the course, you will be something that you won't even recognize.
Can't fucking do it, man. Right, I've got 53 people. Before we had 11. Starting now, 3, 2, 1. Boom! Can everybody hear me? So what we're going to be going through today is something called Bulletproof the Body. So are you joining us on this course?
Already did.
Boom. Welcome. Cool. Are you joining us?
I am joining you, yeah.
Boom. Awesome. But there's sales, man, and this means there's a business. Thanks, baby.
It was a pleasure.
How many did you sell up to now?
20 grand.
$20,000.
Yeah.
Look, man, let's build something great together. Let's affect 1 million lives. Let's just really change the game. And that was Roger. Wow, it brings back so many memories of me working with Roger. You know, I've known him for a long time. He taught me how to do a muscle up in the Primrose Hill Parks. And yeah, he was just kind of struggling to get to the next level. And it was that system of accountability that got him to do things he normally just wouldn't do. And that's why I hope you're here with me today, because just by watching the transformation that Roger did, maybe you can see that, okay, there's this thing that I want in my life, but I have to do something different, because if you want to lose weight or start meditating or start a business or do a public speech or have better relationships, you've probably been wanting that for a long time, but you can't figure it out. I'm telling you, the missing component is accountability. If you can really get the peer group on your side, even people you haven't met, to really push you to be the best you, you're gonna start making huge strides. And I know, because I've done this with London Real, it's been one of the greatest gifts of my life to being held accountable to you all, and I know it's gonna work for you as well. And Roger said something interesting there. He posted these vlogs, and that's him of putting a video out there of him telling people what he's gonna do. And that's what I want you to do today. I want you to go on your social, go on your Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and do a short video and say, hey, this is me, this is what I'm gonna do for the next 5 days. I took Brian Rose from London Real's challenge that he gave me today, the accountability 5-day challenge, and I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna not eat sugar, I'm gonna move my body 20 minutes every day, I'm gonna do a 20-minute meditation, I'm gonna start my business, and every day I'm gonna show you one thing I'm doing to move my business forward, and that's how we're gonna start this accountability. So, hope you enjoyed that video. Roger's out there as well. You can always give him a shout out on Instagram. At London Real, we believe that individual transformation can change the world. Join us and start your journey today.